Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm here to give you guys my review for WWE NXT for April 17th, 2019. Still catching up on the show, so NXT is just another one of those shows. So I'm just going to get right into this video. Kind of an awkward opening, but whatever. Um, this was the first show back in Full Sail since NXT TakeOver New York. And we had Percy Watson, Mauro Ranallo, and Nigel McGuinness on commentary for this show. Um, and we had the first match on the show. It just kicked right off with a match. It was the NXT North American Championship match. NXT North American Champion, the Velveteen Dream versus Buddy Murphy. This was a great match to kick off the show. Um, I really like the fact that they did this match. This basically was Buddy Murphy's last match, in the 205 Live NXT and NXT UK developmental brands. Because he's gonna be going to SmackDown after this, so this is probably gonna be maybe one of the last times he's utilized to his potential. Hopefully that's not the case, but we'll find out. And they start off by chain wrestling with each other. Velveteen Dream taunts at Buddy Murphy since he choked at WrestleMania um, after losing the Cruiserweight Championship, and he does his taunt at him, and Buddy Murphy does his taunt back, and Buddy Murphy gains control. He hits a head scissors, driving Velveteen Dream out of the ring, and then he goes for some type of dive on the outside, but Velveteen Dream gets back in the ring. And it was a way, so that way he can play mind games with him, and then Buddy Murphy grabs Velveteen Dream's hands and hits a wicked knee right to the face, which was awesome. And Velveteen Dream falls in his taunt, with his legs behind him and laying down. So that's the way he actually got pinned, which was kind of cool. I've never seen something like that before. But Velveteen Dream kicks out, and then Buddy Murphy continues to pick apart Velveteen Dream. He throws him on the outside. He hits a Torpedo Hero on the outside, and then he puts him in the ring and hits a Meteora from the top turnbuckle, but Velveteen Dream kicks out of it, and Buddy Murphy continuously dominates Velveteen Dream and really targets the head, and then eventually Velveteen Dream from out of nowhere hits a super kick, which was awesome, and then he starts to make a comeback. He hits um, a springboard axe handle, driving Buddy Murphy off the apron, and then he hits a axe handle off the top turnbuckle, but he doesn't get the pinfall. And then eventually, they continue to have the match, and Buddy Murphy hits a wicked. No, actually, what happened? Both men fall off the top turnbuckle when Velveteen Dream goes for a superplex, but then the referee starts making the count, and both men just beat the count, getting back into the ring. And then eventually Buddy Murphy trips Velveteen Dream, hits a trap super kick while his head's trapped in the turnbuckle, and hits a sit-out power bomb, but Velveteen Dream kicks out, which I thought was, really goddamn cool. And then Velveteen Dream, from out of nowhere, hits a when Buddy Murphy goes for Murphy's Law, counters it into a Dream Valley driver, but he doesn't get the pinfall off that. He goes for the elbow drop, but Buddy Murphy attacks him. He hits a wicked pump knee right onto the apron, but they both end up falling off, and Buddy Murphy, was gonna get counted out because Velveteen Dream's pretty much knocked out at this point, so he's got to break the count. He puts Velveteen Dream. And there was other spots in this match before this. We had the Code Breaker by Velveteen Dream, and things like that. I wanted to make sure I mentioned that. But yeah, he puts Velveteen Dream back in the win. He hits a Faymaster into a Dream Valley driver, into an elbow drop, covers him, and gets the win. Velveteen Dream retains the NXT North American Championship. Which makes sense because he's going to be in NXT longer. Buddy Murphy's pretty much going to SmackDown after this, so there's really no reason for him to win the championship right now. And Velveteen Dream still hasn't had the belt that long, so there's no reason for him to take it off of him. But yeah, I thought this was a really good match. I thought the match was so good. There were points where I thought Buddy Murphy was going to win the championship, so I really liked this match. I thought it was really good. And then the Street Profits are doing a promo, and they talk about how they consistently knock for opportunities, saying referencing that they were going to go knock on William Regal's office to ask for a match. And the War Raiders come out. Now this segment was taped before, the War Raiders were called up to Ross, so they weren't known as the Viking Experience here. But this was also taped, before they got their name changed to the Viking Raiders. To see why you should just have kept in the War Raiders makes things less complicated. So, Ro, who's now known as Eric, says that we heard your request and you have a match against us on the next episode. And the Street Profits are happy about it, and then that was it. Not sure if they were supposed to be heels or faces here. They really weren't specific about that, but whatever. Because later on in the show, they did talk about, the NXT call-ups that, were put onto the main roster and, shooken up on either Raw or SmackDown, and they mentioned the War Raiders, and they talk about how they're known as the Viking Experience, at least back then, so, yeah. I've already kind of talked about how I feel about that, so I'm not really going to go through it again. I believe it's in the most recent episode of the Wrestling Rundown, so go check it out. But I'm excited about that match. I think it'll be awesome. And Johnny Gargano comes out and does a promo, and everybody's chanting, "You deserve it," at Johnny Gargano. And Johnny Gargano talked about how he's waited for a very, 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 very long time to get to this moment of winning the NXT Championship. And he talks about how he was told no in his tryout, and basically he earned this opportunity and finally showed all the naysayers and proved them wrong. But before he can really finish what he's saying, Undisputed Era minus Roderick Strong come out because there's a tie into that. And Adam Cole's upset because he would be the NXT champion right now if the match wasn't a 2 out of 3 falls match because he beat, Johnny Gargano in the first fall. And Johnny Gargano goes on to say, though, that he beat him in 2 straight falls by making him tap out. And says that when he lost matches, he didn't come out here whining like a baby. And he references that there's possible, cracks forming in Undisputed Era. So Adam Cole threatens Johnny Gargano, saying that, I forget what he said, and then Johnny Gargano challenges Adam Cole to a fight. All 3 members of, Undisputed Era go down there, but Johnny Gargano gets attacked from behind with a high knee by Roderick Strong, and then Undisputed Era beat down Johnny Gargano, and Adam Cole hits a super kick on him, holds up the NXT title, and then that was it. I like this. This sets up, a possible rematch between Johnny Gargano and Undisputed Era. But this also later on in the show sets up something else. So I thought this was a thumbs up. And then they announced that Kushida is going to debut, you know, in a couple episodes. So it's on this week's episode of NXT, which is tomorrow's. If you're seeing this, whenever it gets uploaded. And yeah, I'm excited about that. I've seen a few of Kushida's matches in New Japan and ROH, so I'm really excited to see him actually in NXT. So I think that'll be awesome. And then we had Aaron Fry versus Dominik Dijakovic. It was obviously an enhancement match. Dominik Dijakovic gets the win easily with the discus big boot. And afterwards, he talks about how his family sacrificed a lot for him to get an opportunity in NXT. And he wants Velveteen Dream's NXT North American Championship. So that's going to be the next match. I don't know if Dominik Dijakovic's going to win the NXT North American Championship or not. I would like him to, but I'm really not sure. It all depends, on what happens. But yeah, I'm really excited to see Dominik Dijakovic versus Velveteen Dream. I think that will be an awesome match. Because I could see them doing that at the next takeover, the one that's going to be in San Jose. Even though I heard though that they're not going to do one in San Jose now. I'm not really sure what's going on there. I heard they changed the date or whatever. So really weird what's going on there. So yeah. And then Undisputed Era get interviewed by Kathy Kelly, and they talk about how there's no cracks forming at all in Undisputed Era. and they talked about how Johnny Gargano's emotion got the best of him, so that was why they were able to outsmart him. So William Regal comes up and says that Johnny Gargano, which this was like the first time he's been on television since I think like November. Um like, live on television. I know he was on like a few of the WWE.com exclusives and things like that. So, um, he says that Johnny Gargano wants a match with Undisputed Era, but he wants a match with Roderick Strong. And Roderick Strong, and the rest of the members of Undisputed Era are happy about this, but Adam Cole kind of has like a look on his face like, it didn't really go according to plan because he wanted the match with Johnny Gargano. So yeah, that was it. I actually kind of like this. It's slowly starting to break up angle with the Undisputed Era, which you could make the argument that it really isn't necessary. Because they need a top heel, and Adam Cole fits that role perfectly. So I'm not really sure what's going on there. Maybe they're gonna they'll clearly build into a Adam Cole Roderick Strong match, but I think they should slowly build it up. Maybe have Adam Cole win the NXT belt, either at Toronto or the San Jose takeover, and then you slowly build up to Roderick Strong versus Adam Cole. Because the issue is you really can't break up Undisputed Era right now because you know, they need a top heel in NXT, and Adam Cole fits perfectly for that role. And I really don't want to see a babyface Roderick Strong. He was very generic as a babyface. So I'm not really sure what they're gonna do here. I really want to see them do that storyline too, where all members of Undisputed Era hold a belt. So I want to see, two of them hold the tag titles, one of them hold the North American title, and another one hold the NXT title. And then maybe once one of them loses the belts, you could set it up that way. But yeah, I'm not really sure if I like that idea. So yeah. Um, and then Leo and Vanessa Born are backstage, and they say they really weren't prepared since they were doing all the New York traveling. Um, for the match with Candice LeRae, so they challenged Candice LeRae to find a tag team partner and face both of them. So I like it. It sets up another match, and then we had the main event. It was an NXT Women's Championship match. NXT Women's Champion Shayna Baszler with Jessamine Duke and Marina Shafir inside versus Kairi Sane. And if Kairi Sane loses, she no longer gets any more opportunities at the NXT Women's Championship. I thought this match was pretty good. They've clearly had better matches, but this really was more of an angle than a match. Kairi Sane starts off on fire in this match. She hits the sliding D into the corner, and then a high cross body off the apron. But then Shayna Baszler starts to get the heat. She works over the arm of Kairi Sane, and then Kairi Sane mounts a huge comeback. She ends up hitting an interceptor, and then the insane elbow right across the spine of Kairi Sane, and then she goes to for the for the kabuki elbow, or whatever it's called, off the apron, but Shayna Baszler moves out of the way, and Kairi Sane crashes her arm first into the guardrail, and then Shayna Baszler starts to work over the arm of Kairi Sane by really bending it back. She hits like an arm breaker onto her, and then she gets her into wicked submission that really bends Kairi Sane's arm back, but she gets to the ropes. And Io Shirai comes out, and after the doctors and everything come out and pleaded with Kairi Sane to stop this match, but then Shayna Baszler pulls Kairi Sane back into the match because Kairi Sane doesn't want to give up because she doesn't want to lose an NXT Women's Title match, so she's gonna break Kairi Sane's hand by just stomping on it. But Io Shirai makes the save by attacking Shayna Baszler, which is a disqualification. Which means Kairi Sane can't challenge for the NXT Women's Title anymore. Um, and afterwards, Duke and Shafir pull out Io Shirai and force her to watch as Kairi Sane breaks. Shayna Baszler breaks Kairi Sane's arm, and afterwards, the three horsewomen leave, and Kairi Sane and Io Shirai just looks at Shayna Baszler like she just wants to absolutely beat the crap out of her. And I like this. This was a perfect way for Kairi Sane to be written off of NXT. What kind of sucks though is like they can't really sell this angle because Kairi Sane's gonna show up on SmackDown every week. So there's really you have to kind of pretend about that because but luckily though NXT airs on Wednesdays, so you can make the argument that maybe she would have recovered by then. So by the next SmackDown, but whatever. Um, but I liked it though. It was Shayna Baszler um went out taking out Kairi Sane. Um, and this is a way to set up Io Shirai versus Shayna Baszler, which I really can't wait to see that match. Um, and yeah, I really like the way they did all this. And this episode of NXT I thought was great. I really enjoyed about everything that was on it. I enjoyed the North American title match, the NXT Women's title match. I enjoyed Dominic Dijakovic's presence on this show. Johnny Gargano's big promo he had, and yeah, thought it set up a lot of stuff for the next episode. So I'm gonna give it a B plus. I thought it was a great episode, and that's pretty much the end of this video. Thank you guys for watching. Please make sure you guys like, comment, and share this video so people will watch it. Make sure you guys subscribe to this channel for more content and click on the bell so that way every time I upload a video, you guys get the notifications for it. And make sure you guys do the same thing for my CM Brothers and No One Talking YouTube channels. That's pretty much it, guys. Talk to you later.